everyone and welcome to our channel AKU Explanations, where I'm going to complete all the chapters of Science NCERT book class 9. So as you all know, the first chapter is Matter in Our Surroundings. So before starting this chapter, I'll give you a small introduction regarding what is matter. So anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. Example, we have air and water, H2NO2, copper and coal, alcohol, ice, gold, silver, all these things, they constitute matter. So why we call these things as matters? Because everything which I gave you as an example has mass and occupies space. So what actually do we mean by occupy space? Occupy space means they have volume. So just volume. So volume means if you put anything of these and at any place, they will occupy a definite space around themselves. Now scientists classify matter on the basis of their two properties, that is physical properties and chemical properties. In physical properties we have solids, liquids and gases, and in chemical properties we have elements, compounds and mixtures. In this chapter I am going to only teach regarding physical properties, that is solids, liquids and gases, because chemical properties you are going to get in second chapter. So matter is made up of particles. Matter is made up of particles. That means particles are smaller than matters. An example here, you see that a small raindrop contains 10 to the power 21 particles of matter. That means a small raindrop is going to contain 10 to the power 21 particles. You imagine that how small the particles are. In just a small raindrop, you are having 10 to the power 21 particles. The particles which make up matter are atoms and molecules. Atoms and molecules, they constitute matter. Matter is made up of particles and particles are made up of atoms and molecules. So you just see here, atoms and molecules. They are going to make particles and particles are going to make matter. Now this is our second part of this chapter, that is evidence for particles in matter. Here I am going to give you some examples, or you may say evidences, or some experiments through which you will understand very easily that why we say that every matter is constitute of particles. So as your first experiment, we are having dissolving a solid in a liquid. So first, let's see. So I have drawn three figures here through which you can understand how particles get dissolved in matter. So in first figure, you have a beaker, okay, and in beaker we have water. We have poured some water in the beaker. Now in this beaker, I am going to put some crystals of potassium permanganate. What is potassium permanganate? It is a purple colored solid substance. Okay, so I have put some crystals of potassium permanganate here. It is in purple color. After some time, what you are going to notice that this potassium permanganate is slowly getting dissolved in the water, and the color, the purple color, is spreading upwards in the water. Again, you just wait for some time and you will notice that the whole color of the water has now become purple in color. This water has become purple in color. Now, the basic thing and the important thing to notice here is that this whole process is happening on its own. That is, you are not applying any force, any external force on this water or on this potassium permanganate or on this beaker so that it dissolves. This process is happening on its own. The potassium permanganate is getting dissolved in the water on its own. So this was how you can explain that this particle is getting dissolved in water. Now this was just a overview of dissolving of particles in water. In this figure, you can see a very magnified view of how potassium permanganate is getting dissolved in water. You see here, again we have that same beaker. We have some small particles of water. You see here I'm showing with this blue circles, this is small particles of water. and here this is a crystal of potassium permanganate, and this is also having its own particles. After some time, you are going to notice that this potassium permanganate particles are getting dissolved and they are moving randomly into the water. And again, after some more time, you see that this whole water is now occupied with small particles of potassium permanganate. And you know that color of potassium permanganate is what? Purple. Since the color of the potassium permanganate is purple and it is getting dissolved in the water, so the color of water will become purple, obviously. So this is the magnified view of this. Through this you can easily understand what is happening here. Now, what is the force which is telling this potassium permanganate to move from this place to another place? This is on the basis of its concentration and gradient. So you can define a new term here, that is diffusion. The movement of particles on the basis of their concentration from high concentration to low concentration is called diffusion. Here the concentration of potassium permanganate was high, and in the water the concentration of potassium permanganate was low. So this potassium permanganate is going to get dissolved very easily in water because here its concentration is very low. Okay, so to understand this concentration and gradient, I will give you one more very easy example. You have a room here. Okay, now in this room you are placing a lot of people here, and there is very less space left, so that no more people you can add. And here is one more room. Here you have 0 people. No people are there. This room is empty. So most of the people in this room, what they will want, since the concentration of people is less and here concentration is low, eventually this is a basic thing that some of the people will now come out of it and they will enter this room, because here the concentration of people was low and here it was high. So they will move from this place to here on the basis of their concentration. So I hope that you have understood that what I was trying to explain you regarding this diffusion and concentration gradient. So now you see here I have written something. Actually the particles of potassium permanganate and getting into the space between the particles of H2O. You have particles of H2O and the particles of permanganate are getting into the spaces. The particles of H2O are not like this. They are not like this. They are like this. And potassium permanganate particles, they are occupying the space which is between them. So this is for this part. And in the second part, I'm going to just continue this. This was a basic a definition of matter and all. So please, if you like the video, please hit the subscribe button and click on the like button, and thank you so much.